Beauty from Within, the revolutionary power of holistic health. Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, I need a complete makeover? Maybe you've tried every cream, diet, or workout plan promising transformation. But what if I told you we've been starting in the wrong place all along? I recently had the extraordinary privilege of interviewing Taisha O'Neal, a visionary who's revolutionizing how we think about beauty and wellness. Her philosophy isn't just inspiring, it's transformative. Taisha is one of those rare individuals whose wisdom cuts through the noise of our quick fix of culture with laser like precision. Her work has quietly transformed thousands of lives by challenging the very foundation of how we approach health and beauty. The makeover starts with the inner me, she says, and those words have been echoing in my mind ever since. Today, I want to share the profound wisdom from my conversation with Taisha that could forever change how you view your health, your beauty, and ultimately your life. We live in a world obsessed with quick fixes, 10-minute abs, 3-day detoxes, miracle serums promising to erase decades overnight. It's exhausting, isn't it? And if we're being honest with ourselves, how many of these quick fixes have actually fixed anything long term? Taisha O'Neal has built her life's work around a radical truth. True beauty isn't something you apply, it's something you cultivate from within. It's a garden, not a coat of paint. What makes her approach so revolutionary is how comprehensive it is. While most wellness experts focus on one dimension, maybe nutrition or fitness, Taisha sees women's health as a magnificent tapestry where physical wellness, mental clarity, spiritual groundedness, educational empowerment, and even financial literacy are all essential threads. When these elements align, something magical happens. You don't just look different, you radiate differently. And people notice, not because your contour is better, but because your confidence is unshakable. Let's be honest, how many of us have experienced healthcare that feels fragmented? You see one specialist for your hormones, another for your digestive issues, someone else for your anxiety, and nobody's talking to each other. You're left feeling like a collection of disconnected parts rather than a whole person. This is precisely what integrative health practitioners are working to change. They're pioneering approaches that address the whole woman, not just isolated symptoms, and the results are nothing short of revolutionary. Consider this story. A woman I'll call Sarah had been to 17 different doctors over 8 years. 17. She had chronic fatigue, digestive issues, anxiety, and hormonal imbalances. Each doctor treated one symptom, and none of them communicated with each other. She was on 9 different medications and still felt terrible. And then Sarah found an integrative health practitioner who looked at the entire picture. This doctor didn't just ask about her symptoms. She asked about Sarah's sleep patterns, her childhood traumas, her workplace stressors, her spiritual practices, her relationships. She ran comprehensive tests that conventional doctors had never ordered. Within 6 months of following a holistic protocol that included nutrition rich in whole foods supporting hormonal balance, specific mindfulness practices proven to lower cortisol levels, and sleep hygiene strategies tailored to women's unique circadian rhythms, Sarah was down to just one medication. Her energy returned, her digestion improved, her anxiety decreased significantly. This wasn't magic. This was the power of seeing a woman as a whole being, not a collection of symptoms. But here's what's truly revolutionary about Taisha O'Neal's philosophy. She recognizes that health isn't just physical, it's intellectual, it's financial, it's spiritual. Recent research confirms what Taisha has been teaching. Healthcare should not be something done to women, but something done with them. When women are placed at the center of their care, when they're educated about their bodies and empowered to make informed choices, transformation happens. This is why Taisha emphasizes education as a component of inner beauty. Knowledge truly is power, especially when it comes to our health. I'm reminded of Dr. Christina Rahm's remarkable journey. Here was a woman with impressive academic credentials, a master's in science, a PhD, and an EDD. By conventional standards, she had it all. But when she was struck with Lyme disease and multiple types of cancer, she discovered firsthand the limitations of traditional medicine. Her degrees didn't protect her from illness, but they did give her the tools to research, to question, to seek alternatives when conventional approaches weren't enough. Through her own healing journey, Dr. Ram developed a unique perspective on holistic health that integrates physical, mental, and spiritual well being. Her understanding of the intricate connections between all aspects of health inspired her to found multiple ventures dedicated to holistic wellness. What's striking about Dr. Ram's story is how it mirrors what Taisha O'Neal teaches. Inner transformation leads to outer success and impact. By healing herself holistically, Dr. Ram positioned herself to heal others. This is the power of the inside out approach that Taisha champions. It's not just about looking better, it's about becoming better equipped to fulfill your purpose. But let's get even more specific about what makes Taisha O'Neal's philosophy so groundbreaking. She recognizes that women's health has historically been narrowly focused on reproductive issues, neglecting other crucial aspects of well being throughout different life stages. For generations, women's health meant one thing: reproductive health, as if our only value was in our ability to bear children. But we are so much more than our reproductive organs. Researchers like Zora S. Lassie, Jeanette M. Wade, and Edward Kwabena Amayao have developed what they call a life course approach to women's health. This approach acknowledges how health challenges evolve over time and prioritizes holistic well being, irrespective of race, geographical location, or socioeconomic status. Their work has highlighted the need for expanding focus beyond reproduction to include chronic disease prevention, mental health support, workplace equity, and social determinants of health. This research is influencing governments to focus healthcare systems on universal, gender sensitive healthcare policies that guarantee accessible, affordable, and high quality services tailored to women's needs at every stage of life. This is exactly what Taisha O'Neal has been advocating for: a multidimensional approach to women's health that helps us overcome self doubt and limiting beliefs by building a solid foundation in all areas of life. Now, I can almost hear some of you thinking, this sounds wonderful, but it also sounds overwhelming. Where do I even begin? This is where Taisha's practical wisdom shines. She doesn't expect you to transform your entire life overnight. Instead, she recommends starting with a personal assessment of your physical, mental, spiritual, educational, and financial well being. Identify one area that needs attention and commit to a specific action step this week. Remember her powerful words: the makeover starts with the inner me. This isn't about quick fixes, but about building a solid foundation that will naturally radiate outward. Maybe for you, that means finally scheduling that physical you've been putting off. Or perhaps it's committing to 5 minutes of meditation each morning. It could be signing up for that financial literacy course you've been eyeing, or simply giving yourself permission to rest when your body asks for it. The beauty of Taisha's approach is that it's not one size fits all. It's about tuning into your unique needs and honoring them. I'm particularly moved by how Taisha's philosophy aligns with what we now know about women's historical relationship with healthcare. For generations, women's health concerns were often dismissed or treated with one size fits all approaches. Women were told their symptoms were all in their head, or that they should just learn to live with chronic pain. The rise of integrative health has created a paradigm shift in how practitioners approach women's wellness. Integrative health practitioners have successfully helped women prioritize self care without guilt, advocate for themselves in healthcare settings, and commit to lifestyle changes that support their long term goals. This approach has empowered countless women to take charge of their health through education and informed choices. This is the revolution that Taisha O'Neal is part of, a movement that recognizes women as the experts of their own bodies and lives. When I asked Taisha about the most common obstacle women face in embracing holistic health, her answer surprised me. I expected her to mention time constraints or financial limitations. Instead, she pointed to something more fundamental: the belief that we don't deserve comprehensive care. Too many of us have internalized the message that taking care of ourselves is selfish or indulgent. We've been conditioned to put everyone else's needs before our own, to push through pain, to ignore the whispers of our bodies until they become screams. Taisha's message is clear, and it's one we all need to hear. You deserve to be well, not just functioning, but thriving, not just surviving, but flourishing. Your well being isn't just for you, it's for everyone whose life you touch. When you're operating from a place of wholeness, you have more to give. Your cup overflows. So I leave you today with this challenge: look in the mirror tonight, but instead of scrutinizing your appearance, look into your own eyes and ask yourself, what does my inner being need to thrive? Listen carefully to the answer. It might surprise you. Then take one small step toward honoring that need, just one. And notice how it feels. Because true revolution doesn't happen in grand, sweeping gestures. It happens in these small moments of choosing ourselves, of recognizing our inherent worthiness, of honoring the wisdom of our bodies and souls. This is how we change the world, one woman at a time, from the inside out. This is how we create a future where beauty isn't about conforming to external standards, but about radiating the fullness of who we truly are. The revolution starts with you. The makeover starts within, and it begins today. Thank you